How to multiply decimals. This is the question that we will be tackling in today's video. Welcome back to another tutorial from the Math Tutor for YouTube channel. Glad to have you here. We're going to be walking through some examples of how to multiply decimals together. Now, there's two things that we need to remember. The first is the following. When we're multiplying decimals together, the decimals don't need to line up like they needed to for addition and subtraction. The second thing that we have to remember is that our final answer will have the total number of decimal places that we have in our problem. And this I will clarify as we work through some problems. Here's our first problem. 2.3 times 0.4. So we're going to treat this just like we would another multiplication problem. 4 times 3, which is 12, so we were going to write 2, carry the 1. Now we're going to tackle 2 times 4, so we're multiplying diagonally, and we're going to add the 1. So 4 times 2 is 8, add the 1, we'll have 9. So that's our first row. Now we're going to deal with the 0. So we're going to add a 0 to our second row, indicating we're starting a new row. So we're going to multiply 0 by 3, which is going to be 0. Now we're going to multiply 0 by 2. And we don't need that 1 anymore because that was in our first row. So we can cross that out and we'll be left with 0. And so now we're going to add everything together. So we're going to have, in our first column, we have 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 0 is 9. Now that we have multiplied everything together and added everything together, we're going to go through our step number 2, which is adding together all the decimal places that we have in our problem. So our first number, 2.3, has 1 decimal place. Our second number, 0.4, has 1 decimal place. So how many total decimal places do we have? We have 2. So therefore, our answer needs to have 2 decimal places. So to make our number have 2 decimal places, we're going to put our decimal point in our answer right before the 9. So we're going to have 0.92 will be our final answer, having 2 decimal places. Here's our second problem. What if we had 1.4 times 2.6? So we're going to treat this just like we would a multiplication problem. And first we're just going to put how many decimal places we have. We have 1 decimal place in each. So 4 times 6 is going to be 24, but the 4 carry the 2. Now we're going to do 1 times 6, multiplying diagonally, which will be 6, and add the 2, we will get 8. Now we're going to put a 0 in our second row, indicating we're going to the next number. 2 times 4 is going to be 8. And then we're done with the 2 because that was from the last row. So now we're just dealing with 1 times 2, which would be 2. So we're going to write down 2. Now we're going to add everything together. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Again, we have a total of 2 decimal places that we need our answer to have. So we're going to place our decimal right in between the 3 and the 6. So our final answer will be 3.64. Now it's time to try our third example, which is going to be the following. 512 times 2.8. So with a whole number, we don't have any decimal places. With our second term, we have 1 decimal place. So our answer is going to have a total of 1 decimal place. So let's go through the multiplication. 2 times 8 is going to be 16, carry the 1. Now we do 1 times 8, which is going to be 8, plus 1, we'll have 9. And then 5 times 8, which will be 40. Now we're going to put a 0 for our second row, and we're going to go with the 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Again, we don't need that extra 1. And 2 times 5 is 10. Now we're going to add everything up. So we're going to have 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. Put the 3, carry the 1. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 4 plus 0 is 1, and we'll be left with 1. So we need 1 decimal place in our answer, so it'll be put in between the 3 and the 6. So our final answer will be 1,433.6. I think we're ready for a more challenging problem. So let's tackle this one next. We're going to have 527.12 times 14.28. So we're going to multiply. We have 8 times 2 is 16, carry the 1. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 8 times 7, 56, carry the 5. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 5. That is going to be 21, carry the 2. 5 times 8 is 40, add the 2, 42. Now we don't need those numbers anymore, so we'll cross them out so we don't get confused when we're doing our second row. We'll add a 0. Now we're moving to the 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So we'll write a 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. So we'll carry the 1. And we'll have 2 times 2, which will be 4, plus 1 will be 5. And then 2 times 5 will give us 10. So again, we're just taking our bottom number and multiplying it by every single top number. Now we're going to start on our third row, which we're going to add 2 zeros, an additional 0 for this third row. And we're going to be dealing with the 4. So our first one, we're going to have 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is going to be 4. Then we'll have 4 times 7 is 28. Put the 8, carry the 2. And now we're going to have 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is going to give us 10, carry the 1. And we're going to have 5 times 4 is going to be 20, plus 1 will give us 21. All right, now we're going to have our next row, our fourth row, where we're going to have 3 zeros. Now we're going to be dealing with the 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 5 is going to give us 5. Now we're going to add everything up. And we're going to get the following. 6 plus all those zeros is just going to be 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 8 is 16. We'll get 17. We'll get 2. 4, that's 6. 10, we'll get 12. Carry the 1, will be 3, 8, plus another 8, 16, that'll be 17. 4 plus 1 is 5, then we'll get 12. Get 2, 3, 5, and 7. So again, the addition was just kind of quick, but you can pause the video to see how that was done. The main thing we want to focus now to wrap up this problem is how many decimal places our answer needs to be. Our first term has 2 decimal places. Our second term has 2 decimal places. So our final answer needs a total of 4 decimal places. So therefore, we're going to place the decimal point in between the 7 and the 2. So our final answer will be 7,527.2736. Hopefully you found this video helpful for going over how to multiply decimals together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave this video a like and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video.